Hey y'all, welcome back to K2K. I'm Megan.
And I'm Sarah. Last episode we shared how K-pop helped us heal. Today we're talking about why we're still here and why we're not leaving anytime soon. Today we're doing more chill vibes in our seating arrangement for the podcast.
Okay y'all, we're going to chill mode because this is how this podcast is. We're going to talk, chill, and have a good time.
We just also have a video set too, you know.
We
just
want
when people want to watch it.
Once again, we're in my bed. I sleep in this bed every night, so why not lay in it? Why not lay in the bed you sleep in? Okay. Okay, guys. This episode dives into why K-pop continues to be meaningful beyond the initial excitement, fandom, loyalty, connection, and how it grows with you. And to start off with the questions is me. I'm going to ask Sarah a question. Sarah, what made you stay in K-pop after that first rush of excitement?
Honestly, I think it was just kind of like the amount of content and the community that came along with it. We kind of mentioned this last time, but we're both from like southeastern Kentucky.
Right.
I'm from eastern Kentucky.
She's farther east than me. Yes.
Originally from Pike County, and we just didn't really have like. It was mainly just country music. People listen to pop. Obviously, there's like back in those days, Fall Out Boy and stuff.
Fall Out Boy, yes.
But it just wasn't different. Like something engaging that like
yes,
you felt like you were learning and being involved in a community. Like
yes,
people listen to American music in general, but really there's not like fandoms like Taylor Swift fandom, Harry Styles, One Direction,
which all kind of start ironically more after BTS.
Yeah, it just didn't exist.
It didn't really exist. I think Korea created a system of some sort. Like, they know what they're doing. They know how to keep us around.
Yeah.
They made it entertaining. They made us want to keep watching for the next thing. And, of course, with these groups, they say, you're the visual, you're the rapper, you're the dancer. So, especially with ADHD, it's great because you have so many different things to focus on and so many times. So it really helps you, just draws you in and wants to stay around and keeps you around.
Plus there's more content than just
oh yeah, yes, 100%.
music. It's like you've got documentaries, which weren't really a thing before either.
Right.
Before BTS and stuff either. Like in theaters you didn't see like musical documentaries unless it was like
or concerts, yeah.
Yeah, unless it was not after someone had passed.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like, oh my god, they're still alive, we're fine.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Once again, paved the way. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we talked about the other day, just to each other, we were talking about how when we first started in the Army, that we had to wait for other fans to translate like BTS content because Big Hit did not. So we had to wait like a week or two or however long. So back in the day, we're sounding pretty old now. Y'all new Armies got it made is all I gotta say.
They do. They really do. With K-pop and like getting to know groups, do you feel like there's a group that or an artist that kind of grew with you over time, and what's kept that bond with you strong? Like, why didn't you get tired of them?
I'd say once again, this is not all about BTS, y'all. This is what started for us, our K-pop journey story. Mm-hmm. But I would definitely say BTS. I feel like I have grown up with them in a weird way. We've grown up together. We've all been through our own life struggles. And the bond, I don't know, it's the content, because you feel like you know them. You feel like they're your friends. I don't care if one of them goes to jail or kills someone, I'll ask them where we're burying the body, is all I'm saying. I've got your back. It's like your girl chat that you have, and you tell them, oops, I did something bad. Okay, where we meeting? Hiding the body. I've got the, dead animal to throw on top of it once we bury it deep under there, crime scenes we've watched. But yeah, you know what I mean? So they're kind of ride or die. You feel this emotional connection.
Yeah.
Like they helped you through something mentally and probably maybe physically too, physical hurt and all that good stuff. But yeah, all the wonderful mental pain. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, I would say, would you feel the same that it was BTS you grew up with, you think?
Yes, for the most part.
Yeah.
I guess obviously where I started out with like TVXQ and
right.
Shiny kind of started that way until college, and then
you think you feel more of a emotional connection with one or the other, maybe.
With BTS,
That's what I felt, yeah.
I think after Jungyoung passed away,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
it was just a little different with Shiny.
Yeah, I love how they always try to incorporate him.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I think their most recent song, which I haven't listened to, it just came out a day ago, but I think they actually have his vocals in that song. But I like how they just don't like ignore him.
Right.
Like, oh, this happened, let's ignore it. But no, they always somehow involve him in it, which is really great, I think.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. I think for like an artist that I just feel like I grew up more with BTS because my life changed as
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have been into another group, but like they were with us when we had some of the biggest life changes.
Mm-hmm.
I think there must be some kind of correlation with going through a divorce and BTS. I'm not sure if that's a thing or not, but
let us know in the comments.
Yeah, let's breakup, divorce. Let us know what you guys have to say, because there has to be some kind of correlation to that.
Maybe do a poll.
Okay, open discussion now. Do you think the way you enjoy K-pop now is different from when you first got into it?
I'd say for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah.
For one, like I wasn't. I mean, I've had a job since I was 16, but I don't think I was working as full time as I am now, and going to just I've graduated now, but like
right.
School and work full time, I didn't have time. Like Spotify was my only way of keeping up with new K-pop songs.
Right.
I didn't have time to like research or like keep up with groups. Like the notification was all I had.
Yeah, it's totally different now. Yeah, I would agree. I felt like I had so much more time on my hands in the beginning. I think I just consumed so much content, and now I think as we've gotten older, we've just kind of reached that adult K-pop fan stage.
Yeah.
But we're still in it. We still see things, but I just don't feel like I'm as like I need to watch every Weverse live, or you know what I'm saying? I don't have to watch everything.
Do you think it's also because our old group, at least for me, is BTS? I don't know.
Yeah, I would say so.
Do you think it's because they've been in the military for so long?
Oh, no, that's
do you think
probably
when they
right.
come back out as a group and like are promoting as a group,
well,
it'll be different?
Don't shame me, but I haven't watched a lot of the lives that Jen and J-Hope have been doing.
I know.
But it's so done. Like I would say, ATEEZ was probably my next big group that I really got into, and I remember in the beginning. I guess it's when you first get into something. I dive in. I'm like, let me see all this content. Let me watch it. So I remember watching. One of the things that really got me for ATEEZ was I watched them on Mnet when they went to Australia. And so they did a show while they were there, and there was just some funny moments, and I remember watching a lot of those. I don't watch as much, I just don't do as much content. I don't know, it's weird. I feel like I don't need it as much in the healing journey, too, now.
Right.
I think I've healed so much mentally, I don't have to rely on that to keep me going anymore, or to help me. So now when I'm feeling sad once again, I'll find a show. I do K-dramas a lot. I'll binge watch a drama. Like, let me just watch this drama. Like, I watch Attorney Woo like a million times. Yeah. I go to sleep watching that show every night, and I just play it. And then Hometown Cha-Cha was another one I would fall asleep to.
I honestly haven't seen that one, and I've heard so much good
Oh, my. I don't know if it's on. I thought they might have took it off Netflix recently, actually. But I hope they didn't, because you should watch that. But yeah, I would say, yeah.
My stomach keeps growling, by the way, so if you hear that on the mic, no, you didn't.
You can hear a demon voice.
Before we
listen.
We're in the same outfits because we're doing episode 1 and 2 today.
1 and 2. Because we're off today. Hey, we're adults. We work for a living, you know what I'm saying?
It's Memorial Day. Today is Monday.
It's Memorial Day. Yeah, we also had a nice cheesecake. Strawberry cheesecake. Tell me what your favorite cheesecake is in the comments, okay?
Which Sarah can have now, because Sarah, as a
Sarah was allergic to strawberries. Yes. Now she's still alive. She can have them. Do you all know that Sarah's a therapist? That's going to be our ongoing joke of me saying that the whole time. But anyway, okay.
None of this is legally binding.
We're going to... Okay. I think you asked me the next question. I think it's this host 2 ask host 1.
As we get used to podcasting, we're going to reference questions we have beforehand, and then hopefully eventually it'll just be like...
all natural.
Yeah. But, until then, like, just hang out with us. Hang out with us while we go through a little bit. Before I ask Megan, you as viewers, how do you feel like fandom helps you keep connected with others? Let us know that in the comments as well. Feel free to interact, respond, comment.
Right.
You can share it, whatever you want to do.
Hey, send us an email. We'll give us,
Yeah.
we'll put our email down there. You want
Ooh.
to ask questions or ask us questions?
What if we, if eventually if we get enough like people like sending in things, maybe we
Yes.
can have a little segment in the shows where like we read people's.
Oh yeah, send us. Hey, listen,
Yeah,
we like tea too.
that is true.
If you have life stuff, once again, Sarah's a therapist. She can't. What's it like legally give you advice, but she could tell me and I can tell you.
I can give you informed life advice.
Oh,
But if you'd like to send us a cup of cha, a cup of tea.
we love tea. Listen,
Mhm.
you got stories about a man? Send it, please.
Yeah.
We will tell you how you should live
Ghost
your life.
stories. We can even do a ghost story
Oh,
segment.
yeah,
We could
ghost
do
stories.
maybe if something like we're both big believers in signs in the universe and stuff. So if
Yep.
there's something that happened
Astrology,
and we were like we knew something was
spiritual.
happening, like yeah, send us anything.
I mean, I had this morning, I don't know what it really means at this point, but I'm driving to the gym to meet another friend and then Sarah later, but a deer jumps out in the road. And it is like one of those cartoon moments where it's running, but it's not moving because the ground's wet, but it finally got out of the way. And then right after that, a bird flies right in front of my car and almost hits my windshield and then flies away. Okay. A little bit farther down the road, a pigeon is walking out in the middle of the road. I dodge it. I don't know. Are those signs? Probably. To what? I guess I'll find out.
Is there anything in your car that needs fixed? You've got something. I know there's something going
I
on.
can't
Maybe,
drive on the interstate, so everything in my car needs fixed.
maybe it's just saying like this is something you need to look at sooner or later. You know,
Shh. Put a band-aid over the engine light.
that's not a thing. It's not a thing.
I'm not telling you not to do it, but gotta do what you gotta do.
Well, okay, going back to our official question.
Yeah.
Every time it kicks me out of this, so I have it up on a PDF thing because she has an Android, I have an iPhone. They notoriously do not get along together well.
Hey, but we still love each other.
Yes. But that being said, as soon as my phone locks out, it takes me back out of this, and I have to scroll back down.
See, I have my thing set where it doesn't lock out for a long time.
I wish maybe it's because I have the battery save mode on. Let me turn that off. Okay, we'll see how that happens. So, Megan, what's something a fandom has done that made you feel proud or emotional?
You know, I would say the army, BTS army is really big into this. I just feel like we have each other's backs in the community. At this moment, I can't really think of one moment, but I feel like we are there for each other. Like, if someone's sick or hurt, like recently in our Kentucky Kpop page that we're in on Facebook, I asked people to pray and send good vibes to London here where we had the terrible tornado.
Mm-hmm.
And there was so many people that interacted with that, and there's a lot of people that were from London. I had no idea who were there, but it just felt like a community thing. And if I needed help, I could have said, "Hey, something, my house was destroyed or something. Can you guys help me?" And I'm sure 100% people would have donated and helped out. So I just feel like they have our back. I still have a friend that I talked to that I met in 2019 at my first concert. Her name is Megan too, but she lives in Canada, and we still talk today. And I feel like if I needed something from her, she would. When you make K-pop friends, I feel like it's kind of a life thing. It doesn't matter where you're at in life. You could not talk for like a year, but you hit them up and you're like, "Hey,
That's true.
you want to stay together in this town randomly together in a scary hotel and watch some K-pop? Yeah, sure, let's have a good time."
Like those two girls we met in Nashville.
Yes, we met some cutie patooties, and we're like, "How old are you?" They were younger than us, but
hey, age is only a figment of.
well, they couldn't drink with us. We'll just say that.
It's true.
But I hit them up all the time. I'm like, "Hey, you want to do this?" But life happens, and we're all busy. But
hey, they might both now. I think one was 21, wasn't she? Or is it
21? Yeah,
21?
she had just turned 21. The other one was like 19, so
wasn't.
maybe they're both legal. One's more legal than the other.
Yep, that's how we'll word that.
Oh.
That is how we'll word that. I think for me, the purple ribbon event that BTS armies do at the airport.
Yes, well, they used to. I don't think they still do it, do they?
Honestly, I don't know.
I haven't seen any.
We don't live near an airport, so we never get to participate or keep up with that.
I'm not gonna go to the airport and harass people. I mean, if I was in the car with someone and they took me there, and I guess my will, I would go.
I think I would,
but I'm not gonna punch, shut. I'm just not into the fighting.
I would go to do the ribbon thing.
Yes.
If it
Oh
was,
yeah, yeah. If it was it was a legit army thing. We're just standing there united together for
Mhm.
one purpose. Yes. If you're there to harass the artist, not cool.
Yeah.
Not cool. Okay, Sarah.
Okay.
Have you ever felt overwhelmed or distant from fandom spaces? What brought you back? If you did, you
Ooh.
ever felt like
Yes.
God, yeah, something's rubbed you the wrong way, left a bad
Um,
taste in your mouth.
TVXQ,
Mm-hmm.
when they had the lawsuit issue with SM and 3 of the members left and 2 stayed. Um, when that happened, it was hard. Like, for one, as like a fan from America, back
Mm-hmm.
when we used to have like websites with forums to
Yeah,
connect.
yeah.
Like, it wasn't like it is
Things
now.
aren't easy. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but it was just like people were, if their bias was on one side, then they were just all of a sudden like completely against
Oh,
the
the
other 3
solo
members.
stands.
Yeah.
Oh
Like, there were a
God.
lot of us that like still saw them as a group total, so we would
Yeah.
try to support both sides, but then it just got really really clicky and really weird, and I just didn't feel, my heart just wasn't in it anymore because of
Right.
it. It was just like, if I'm going to get hated for liking these guys as well as those guys, but because I like these guys, then anyone who isn't part of TVXQ still
I
is like,
think
I don't
that's
know.
another question or thing we should discuss is feeling scared. The fans that go after you
Mm-hmm.
is if you choose one or the other, they're going to yell at you and get mean. I think if you yell at people about people deciding, making a decision about something, like if they want to like these two guys still after a breakup of a group, and the people that go after and are mean, that's one thing. I just don't think people should do that. I mean, unless they did something bad, like Tail from NCT.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like really,
Mm-hmm.
like I'm going to jail stuff. I like Big Bang. Sungri,
Mm-hmm.
Sungri, Sungri. So yep. I really was into him. I liked his voice a lot, but
I did too.
when you do that kind of bad stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
Like
so.
R. Kelly, man.
Or Carly, yeah, children. Anyway, that's another story for another day.
um
Did he's the one that liked King?
yep.
Yep.
Yep, yep.
Okay. Yep.
um I'm going to say something controversial.
Let's go.
The BTS fandom does have certain people that only stan certain members,
So yeah, Solo Sent. Yep.
and those solo stands are never solo stands of Namjoon or Yoongi or J-Hope. I don't know why, it's just the Maknae line.
Yeah,
I
you're
have never seen
right.
anyone from the quote unquote young line be that way.
I haven't. I think you're right. I think it's because they're thirsty. I don't know. Or maybe they're more thirsty for like junk.
I think it's because, like, and this is nothing against younger fans of K-pop, but I think it's the younger fans that end up liking the younger members of different groups that
Mm,
end up being more territorial, is not the right word, but just like, and it also comes back to like how we talked about healthy boundaries last time a little
a
bit.
healthy boundary.
Yeah,
Yes.
they just don't see, they see their favorite person as someone they have to protect fiercely, and if that
Yes.
means knocking over the other members that are part of that person's group and know them compared to that fan, like, it just doesn't, it doesn't track to me. And
No.
I was always afraid, like, when I first started staying in BTS and I saw that online, like, afraid to
Right.
be like, well, I like these other groups too, but because you do, you can't
Yeah,
really.
I was afraid
Yeah.
to branch it. I actually felt like an obligation just to stick with BTS only.
Mm-hmm.
And I had that mindset because I was in the beginning stages. And I felt bad cheering on other groups. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, no, I will never. Now I'm like, yay, go 17, go 80s,
Well, I
go
think
twice.
we've talked about that before too,
Yeah,
and it was
yeah.
because of, like, back then it was just
It's
hard
like a
enough
lot
to
of fan.
get.
It was fandom
Yeah,
war back then. It was very fandom war.
it was just hard to get one group on the radio or
Yeah.
one group seen online and
Yes.
anywhere besides just like a K-pop scene. So when you cheered on other groups, it was just like, you're not putting your effort into the group that you care about the most.
Yeah,
or
you're not
maybe
a
you
real
don't really
fan if
care.
you
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
live, eat, breathe
yeah.
this group. You can't even listen to anybody else.
Yep.
Which is just, I mean, I'm a multi-stan now. I love everybody. And also, I might have a bias, but I like everybody in the group. They
Yeah.
all have their different.
For all the groups I like, as crazy as that is, like, I
Yeah,
can't think
I
of
do
a
too.
group
I can't really
where
pick
I'm like,
when
this
people
one
ask
member
me
I don't
who's your
like.
bias. I hate picking one person
Mm-hmm.
because they're all so talented, and they all are just. I feel like good people too. So I just hate. I'm a Libra. Can you all tell that I'm a Libra? I'm justice, I'm fair, and can never make a decision. So,
also an
and
ADHD trait.
also, and that, yes. So with Libra and ADHD, and also I like pretty things, hence liking Kpop. We talked
And the
about this
pink.
earlier off cameras that I told her, I said, I'm a Libra. I like pretty men. Leave me alone.
And I'm a Taurus. We like nice things.
Namjoon.
Listen,
That is so earthy. He's also an earth sign, so I can
Mhm.
totally see. And he is so earthy to me when I
See,
see him.
I'm so fun fact. Okay, and this is 19 plus podcast, FY. But
Yeah, if you're younger than 18, I'm sorry, bye.
my birthday is 420. Okay,
Woo!
I've never participated in the devil's lettuce mainly because I'm on too much medication.
I love when people call the devil's lettuce.
But, as a 420, you're on the cusp. So you're an Aries, which is a fire sign, and a Taurus, which is an earth sign.
I can see
which
that
is also
fieriness in you.
Lighting up cannabis is earth and fire. You know what I mean?
Listen,
so
she's
the
got...
birthday is a joke. But I don't. You really see the fire. Sometimes I don't know if I do in myself.
I think what's funny is, ironically, I have a lot of Taurus friends, which is weird. I have several Taurus friends that I get along with and talk to. I can see. I don't know a lot of Aries though either. Now, as a Libra, I guess the fire though, I get along with fire. Those air and fire usually get along really well. But I think you do have a combination. I think you are very grounded in a lot of ways because you ground me sometimes when I need to focus back in. And I keep it all airy and light. Let us know what you guys we'll just use BTS for now because that's what we're mainly talking about a lot. In the group, what's your sign and your bias's sign?
Oh yeah,
and we'll see what because I love looking at that kind of stuff. And of course, my mom can't remember what time I was born, so I have to go in between either 8 or 12.
It should be on your birth certificate.
It wasn't on the one. I had to reorder one.
Oh, I was born at 4:33, so I'm for sure a Taurus.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it has, and they can. Your rising sign is really based off that too. But mostly, I'm a lot of Libra, so I have a lot of Libra in me.
Well, I'm a Taurus. Namjoon is
Virgo.
Yeah, and Yoongi, who is my bias wrecker, is a Pisces.
Oh yeah, he is a Pisces.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just looked up to confirm it too.
Yeah, I forgot what he was. Yeah.
Pisces or it's Pisces, which is interesting.
Jungkook is a Virgo. So, see, notoriously, I have a love-hate with Virgos. I have a few Virgo friends, but either we have a good time together or we're fighting. So, I'm just saying, like I said earlier, I didn't say this, but Sarah gave me a question and I wrote it down. And she's like, "Who's your bias?" And I was like, "Well, if I had to pick someone, it's Jungkook because I want to throw hands with him sometimes." So he's a Virgo. So sometimes I just want to throw hands. I feel like me and Jimin would get along great because we're both Libras. But they said something about Libra men. I never dated. Well, I have dated Libra men.
Which, okay, I was talking to this guy recently, and Megan and our friend who we named Anastasia.
Anastasia, Susan. I don't know.
We'll give her a new
Susan,
name
our friend
time.
Susan.
Andrea for this podcast. They wanted to know his sign so we could look it up, but like kind of came to the realization that on TikTok any type of man version of a horoscope is always seen negatively, so it's kind of like
yeah,
but he's
some of them I heard a lot about Sagittarius men, and so
he's been flaky though, so I can't say it wasn't correct.
You know what we do to flaky men? Bye. You don't want to talk to me? Bye.
I have a very bad tendency of going for men who are emotionally unavailable. Even when they seem emotionally available,
yes,
at the beginning, I find out that they're not because something is going on.
The 4-month to 6-month rule is the biggest key.
Mm-hmm.
You see who somebody really is after the infatuation phase, which is 4 to 6 months. And that was my last relationship, which he was a fire sign Leo. Actually, we got along like 2 peas in a pod.
Mm-hmm.
But mentally, there's just something that kind of snapped, and he cold feeted me and went running, literally. And then but he was very good to me, and I can't say anything bad about it. He treated me like a queen, as you should be treated. But if somebody leaves me and doesn't want to be with me, I'm not going to beg. I'm not going to chase. If that's what you decide, you're a grown up. Okay, bye. I wish you the best. Sometimes, not for him, but other people.
Yeah,
my ex-husband.
And you did also find a guy like we're not for him, okay, but it was probably, at least for me, one of the first guys I've ever seen someone find that supported K-pop.
Yes.
And I know they're out there and they exist.
Oh, he really supported me. He went to an 80s concert with me.
Did I tell you about when I went to that Chicago concert? I met a couple. He biased J-Hope so hard that they paid $5,000 for their pit tickets,
What?
like their what do you call it? The ground tickets.
Yeah, the VIP and stuff. Yeah,
$5,000 a piece.
A piece?
And they flew from California.
Bruh.
I added them on Instagram. I can't remember his handle now because she was barely on there, so I'd always we would just message back and forth. But it was he was the first man I ever met who was straight and was in love with K-pop.
Are we sure he was straight?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
She was Asian too, though, so it's kind of like.
Yeah, I mean,
he said he got into it because she loved BTS, and then for some reason, him and Hobie, he loved his energy and he liked dancing too.
I feel that
dancing. So when he,
he is literally sunshine in a bottle. Yeah. So totally get that.
That's so
what
cool.
is Hobie? Hobie is he
looking it up.
Aquarius?
For some reason,
I think he's Andrea's son. Because our friend's an Aquarius. She is a very Aquarius. We love her.
My sister's also an Aquarius. Yes, he is.
Okay.
Yes, he is.
We get along great too.
It's so you know how he can get really serious when he's focusing on stuff. My sister is like that.
The angry face. There's a whole TikTok I watched of that. Him just it's
like I know you're into this.
I don't make faces when I'm angry. The questionable face he likes. Like, girl, what are you doing?
So wait, before we go off of that, I think I have one more question related. Hold on, let me get back down to it. Go back to it. Come back to me.
Oh, we kind of already talked about this. Maybe the open discussion part. Is that the one you're looking at?
Yes.
Do you feel like you found your people through K-pop? Yes. Do you think you found your people through K-pop? I think 100%.
I would agree.
Because I think people that are into K-pop and who, most of them, are just very cool people, very chill, very open.
I know if I say this right now, we know one person that we met in Nashville that we both would agree we don't like, but otherwise...
If I see you skipping line again, second time I've seen this person in different places and in different years, make their way to the front, lying. Oh, my friend's up there, or they just come up and chat. Don't skip line. Don't be up. Anyway, yeah.
So funny.
Yeah, I feel like most people though are pretty cool. We all look out for each other. Most of us, when we went to see Eric in Nashville the last time, we formed we formed a line. A lot of us were we were not barricade, but we were behind barricade.
To keep people from pushing up.
Yeah, we had to keep. So we were all the whole people next to us
included that person.
Yes, they snuck their way up.
Yeah, they end up somehow linking up with someone else, and they were both trying to push up, and it was there were these two really tall guys that
oh, they were funny.
They were
and then somebody was swapping on Tinder. They had their phone in the air and we're going yes, no. It was fun times. It was fun times there, actually. That was a great concert. We had a good time there. Minus passing out.
I hope they did that at the Jungkook concert. Yes or no?
Oh, listen, y'all, there's rumors that Jungkook might be going on tour in the fall. Let me tell you. Remember we talked about not being solo stands? We'll be selling the camera.
Yeah. We have matching shirts. I have my Namjoon shirt. She has her Jungkook shirt.
Yeah, we have the same.
Yeah. We'll wear those next time.
Actually, I'm scared. I really want to see Jungkook. Because I love, God, his Golden album. I listen to it daily. It feels like yesterday it came out, but I'm scared to try to get tickets though because y'all are crazy.
To wear those ATs, which I'm hoping nothing against ATs at all. I love ATs, but they set their tickets the high as they did to start with.
Yeah,
I think BTS, especially if it's a big stadium thing, they might be cheaper because there's more seats to fill anyway.
I think Jin and J-Hope was still kind of expensive.
ATs as well, so?
It was close. We'll have to look because I feel like they were. I looked at.
Just means I gotta start saving now.
Yeah, save. I'm putting mine on my credit card.
Get a new credit card. You need to get one of those Citibank ones, or whichever one.
I think I have one.
I think one of my cards qualify for that, but if I just get a separate one that's just for concert tickets.
That's what I'm saying. Listen, we double dipped. We have tickets. If anybody wants some AT's tickets, we still have 2 for sale.
We have 2. They're still in that first section.
Yeah, they're on the
Well, not like
One of
section one, but like yeah, the first.
first off, we're going to Bridgestone Arena in Nashville. We had to buy. I had planned on not buying any. Honestly, I'm not planning on going to see ATs again this year.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen them twice now, which is I would love to see them again, of course, always. But I wanted to see either what was going on at the end of the year or some other artists. But when they said they were going to Nashville, our sister next door, oh heck yeah, we're going. So
And we know Nashville. I mean, that's where we've been to our last 2 concerts.
yeah, and mainly those small venues. So I've seen Eric there 3 times now.
No, I guess last. Well,
And we saw
the Roche twice, didn't we? Or once. We went somewhere in Columbus, and then I felt like we went to Nashville twice.
We went when we hung out. We went on a girls' trip to Nashville last time, and then we saw ATs. I mean,
okay, yeah.
Eric Nom, and I've been to see Eric there twice before that. And then we seen the Rose in Columbus, which I really want to go back to Fox in the Snow, that little cutesy but
and honestly, Columbus
cafe.
Wasn't bad.
Columbus was very like hip.
Where that was, like we thought we couldn't park near there, so we
did not. It was right next to
parked.
The venue was right next to a minor league baseball team.
Yeah.
Not a major league, but like with the lower level.
And everyone was so nice.
Like, oh yeah, everybody was super friendly.
Turns going to the bathroom and walk, like as it set, we didn't have to go one at a time
until we got behind the stinkies.
Yes, but I mean, like at least the people behind us and the ones like right in front of us were like, yeah, you can go, and then when
we took turns to go in the bathroom.
Yeah,
and then we walked. I was wearing pleather.
She's insane.
On a 4th wedding, anyway.
Which I got that pleather dress thing for ATs and the other outfit. I haven't decided yet.
Yeah, she's got her outfits picked out. Me, no.
Well, it's harder, like, which you get that just being like a little better endowed up top. But for me, as someone who's like,
I got the girls.
I'm plus sized, so it's harder for me to find outfits, and especially like with the rise in tariffs and stuff. Yeah. I didn't know if the prices would increase if I waited longer, and also if it would get here in time.
Right.
Because I got mine from Shein. Like that's the place I know I can get my size. And it's affordable.
Right. I don't even know where I'm gonna look at this point because I am curvy, but I have lost a little weight, but I'm getting more muscle.
And she's been working out.
I work out a lot,
y'all. She's doing that Megan.
Use that butt work.
Megan's doing the Megan.
Doing that Megan the Stallion. Yeah. Getting Megan knees, whatever they call it. Is it Megan knees?
I'm a Megan knees, yeah.
I'm a Megan knees. When I say that though, I have a bad knee, so I don't do much knee work. But okay, on to the next.
We're gonna get a little deeper.
Yep. We're diving into long-term emotional, cultural connections.
The mental health part of this podcast.
Sarah, has K-pop taught you something deeper about culture, language, or even yourself?
For me, that one...
Oh, for sure, because you lived in Korea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think... So, like, you see it as an American. I'm speaking as an American, but I'm sure other people from other countries, even just Canada, will understand this.
Yeah.
We're very independent.
Yeah.
And you see it on, like, BTS Run episodes. You see it on any type of, like, even just, like, a show... Like, when ATEEZ went on the Australian show, you still see, like, how they are, like, as a community and us together. Like, right now, me and Megan could fit another person in between us. Because we're American. If... Don't take that the wrong way.
Who wants to be in between us?
Don't take that the wrong way. I knew she'd say it.
Once again, we're in my bed. Things get weird.
They don't care to sit right next to you.
Yeah.
It's not like... It's not seen as weird. Like, and they have this a lot in like
like when people elbow you and stuff.
Too.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You get close, even in Europe, and it's just like
like in the subway and stuff. I've seen that. That's kind of my worst nightmare.
But also closeness is in like a sense of community too. Like you help your community because the people in your community because they are what surrounds you. So like your living environment will be better if the people in your environment are also better. And that's a concept we don't really. Better. Maybe like your neighbors, like your next door neighbors, but like anything past that. I don't care what happens to Tim Bob down 3 streets over. Like, that's not something I worry about.
Right.
But they do.
They do. They have a connection. That makes sense.
Even so much so that and this is something we all know, the control they have over their celebrities.
Yeah.
Like, they don't post their dating habits or anything. They don't, like, even when they have health issues, they don't normally disclose it unless it's, like, long term. Mm-hmm. Because they don't want to, and like, from an outside perspective, it might be seen as, like, it's really controlling, but honestly, it's because they're also, like, it affects Korea as a community.
Mm-hmm.
Like if this one person's sick and they're like really popular, like when BTS was first popular, if something had
Mm-hmm.
happened to them, like the Korean pride that they were feeling from like being seen on the AMAs,
Oh
being seen on talk
yes.
shows, would have gone down
Mm-hmm.
the toilet. Like
Oh yeah.
it's just how they see like those celebrities are their representation to the world.
Well, we use idol as a loose term, but
Mm-hmm.
literally they're thinking idols.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm still tore up about how everything went down with Suga.
Oh God, don't even.
That's. I bet everybody else feels the same way as we do. I'm still mad. If when Sugar finally appears and speaks, I'm going to cry.
Yeah.
I'm going to cry.
No one's seen him. No one's seen him since.
Listen, I'm terrified. I'm sad. I actually seen Sugar in Chicago.
I
It was
forgot
fun.
you went to that.
I did too for a second. But here's the thing, though. Me and Mom, I thought we had good seats. They weren't bad, but they were almost floor level, and I didn't realize. And it's an old arena. Is it All-State Arena up there?
I think so.
It's a old hockey arena, so it's not very new. And there's beautiful, beautiful two tall blonde girls. It's like white chicks, but they were actually chicks, and they were good looking,
and they were white,
so, but they were beautiful. So I was like, man, these girls are beautiful. They were tall in front of me, and the girl next to me, bless her heart, she's having a great time. She almost hit me several times with her army bomb. So, and I didn't really get much video because I love doing videos. It's my memory thing. It's how I make memories.
It's
I like
also
the video.
A very American thing.
Yeah. I almost got beat to death and I couldn't see. But it was, it was still good at Suga. He did a great job. And the same week, though, Jackson Wang was there. So me and Mom went to go see Jackson Wang at Wintrust Arena. Yeah.
I forgot.
And actually, me and Mom were walking around downtown Chicago, like the shopping area. We went to the Nike store. And we seen, the hot bodyguard from BTS, the one that everybody's scared, the ones like we're all scared. The one, what's his name? Mr. Opa Lee or whatever, Mr. Lee or whatever, I think. And he scares me, but also he's really good looking. And we saw him in there. I didn't see Suga there. I don't think he was there. I think he was shopping maybe with his son because he had a younger guy with him. It looked like it could have been a son, but anyway, I was just like,
she means the bodyguard, not Suga.
Yeah, no, not Suga. No, Suga. We don't have a son yet. Yeah, but it was very interesting. We've seen Jackson. I don't know. Speaking of mental health, this is kind of a mental health area. I can't remember what year was that. Was it 2022? I want to say it was 2022 that we seen Suga. I can't remember the year, either 22 or 22 or 23. But at that time, I think everybody had noticed that Jackson, I think, was drinking a lot. And I was worried about him at the show because he performed great, did a great job. But he is just chucking down the alcohol, man. He was drinking a lot. I think he's better now. Because, I think it was a year. So I think it was 22 I seen him. I was really worried and concerned because it's one of those moments, is he kind of finally having his moment where he needs to, like, take a break, step back, and, recharge his batteries and stuff. Because it was a little concerning because I was worried about him because he seemed like he seemed like depressed. So it's just one of those, you see your idols kind of having a burnout moment. It is a little sad, and I was worried about him, but he's doing pretty good, I think, right now. He has that song what's this, something?
Gotta be a dick.
Gotta be a dick sometimes. Yeah.
That's how I'm literally just like every day I hear that.
Gotta be a dick. The video's hilarious. I mean, literally.
There's a bunch of different ones. Like the visualizers aren't just visualizers. Like it's like different parts of the It's crazy.
I need to watch that.
Yeah, but I think that that goes back to the question we had.
Yeah.
Because mental health is a really big issue in Korea, and I don't think unless you get into K-pop,
you
realize and I think it's Korea and Japan too might be a fair thing to say, but suicide rates.
I think Japan has is the highest suicide. I think it was anyway. At one point, it was like one of the highest suicide rates.
I will say, I think, just personally from living there, they downplay what they report to.
Yeah, I would say, yeah. Well, I've watched Eric talk about this. Eric Nam, when he first started over there, I think he said at one point he felt like he needed to talk to somebody, and that agency was like, "No, you can't. It'll ruin your career." Like, really? Like, a kid who was moved from his country to another country, which, he's Korean American, but he's born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia,
Yeah.
in a new place, doing something brand new,
Mm.
and he's having a stress. He's maybe having a breakdown, and you can't talk to somebody, which is insane.
Mm-hmm.
Just it's like rub dirt in it. You fall on the ground, skin your knee up, just spit on it, and rub some dirt, and you'll be fine. Been there, done that, but you shouldn't always do that. But I'm like, let's heal it up. Let's see what's wrong with it. Sarah, therapist Sarah, go ahead.
I think when it comes to mental health, that would be the equivalent of doing that with a wound that gets infected
Mm-hmm.
and then still not getting help. Because
Yeah, spitting on
mental
the
health,
infected that's festering.
once you start having mental health issues, sometimes it can get better. Like maybe it's just like temporary
Right,
anxiety.
maybe you're in your period or something.
Yeah.
I feel that.
But for a lot of people, once it starts and they just keep ignoring it and it gets worse and it gets
It
worse,
festers, yeah,
it can get really worse.
to the point of where we've lost some people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Or I mean,
or a major
thankfully,
breakdown like Britney Spears.
yeah. But thankfully, we have a lot more like resources now.
Yes,
But like
it's finally opening up. Yeah.
back when I was younger, like I think I started getting panic attacks when I was like 11. Back then it was just a mental health institution, like in
Yeah.
Eastern, like Pike County. It was either
Caught the loony bin.
yeah,
But you
you
in a
had no
straitjacket.
choice. So it was
Yeah.
either like I went and saw the social worker, which is technically what I am, CSW.
Yep. Also, guys, add to the resume.
But he back then like he wasn't he wasn't a clinical social worker. He didn't have any training. I don't even think he had his master's. I think he was just straight up BSW, and he was just one of the few we had in the county at the time, which is crazy because Pike County is the biggest county in Kentucky.
I know that.
Land wise, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. But he would just take me in there and we'd play pool, like billiards pool, and he would talk about his life in a way to help me talk about mine, but I didn't really. So we would just play pool and sort of talk, and then he gave me like grounding techniques and stuff to do.
That's really cool, actually.
That helped me a lot. But like without him, like I can't imagine what would have happened because my anxiety was so bad and I wasn't talking to anyone about it.
Right. Oh, and yeah, that's definitely because if you don't have that one person that helps you out. What's one dream K-pop related experience you haven't yet, but you want to? Something you've done or K-pop experience
that I haven't gotten to yet.
Yeah, it's one dream that's K-pop related experience that you haven't yet, but you want to.
BTS meet and greet.
Oh my god, meet and greets! I don't think we've done it. I haven't done any meet and greets. Eric.
Yeah,
I lied.
Yeah.
I made Eric Nom wear my prom queen tiara for our group photo.
It was awesome,
and he was cool. He was very down. We were a hype group. We had our young friends with us, and
we'll throw it in right here in between us. I'll put the image.
Cue image.
But just like even having something like that with BTS, I've never even like when I had VIP soundcheck tickets, that wasn't something they offered. It was just like
yes. I mean, I had me and my mom. I got barricade front row to the Vegas show, and that was fun. It was cool, but like I actually like that arena. That was is it Allegiant or the newer stadium there in Vegas? We walked across our hotel and walked over there. It's a very nice facility, and they had everything organized. You were in line. It was perfect. I think, honestly, I want to be on one of those like reality shows that they have somehow a fan meets up with them, and you ever seen like there's some shows I want to be on a reality show. Mm-hmm. Actually, I told Sarah I want to be on I want to interview idols.
That would
be an artist.
I mean, that's like a dream. A dream.
K-pop I think it would be fun. I would like to. Heck, Dear Dive Studios, we would like to be a part of your group. We like mindset. We like.
Yep.
We want to be one of your affiliates. Hey, send us to LA. We'll go work over there. I know you gotta.
And maybe you'll recognize the photo we just had a second ago, and you'll be like, "Yeah, we know them. They're cool."
Yeah, they're down. The clown.
Yep. Because we were. It was a fun experience.
We were cool people. Anyway, yeah, it'd be cool to do a collab or something too. Because at the end of the day, I would love to pick people's minds because they're human. Mm-hmm. They're just like me and you. They have to go to the bathroom. They have to go number 1 and 2. That's why I tell myself, people that are like important, guess what? They still got to go number 2.
What about is there like an underrated group or artist that you think more people should know about right now?
I have to tell you, it's kind of sad. I find it harder as I get older to get into newer groups. Also, because another thing we have to be careful with is these younger groups come out, especially if we're watching like the opposite sex that we're attracted to,
Mhm.
or the sex we're attracted to. These younger boys, these kids, because I don't want to feel creepy. When TXT first debuted, I
So
was
younger,
I
yeah.
don't know. I felt like I didn't want to be a creepy. Like I wanted to I'm older and I love TXT. They're one of my top groups too. By the way, I've stayed in them since the beginning. I think their debut song "Crown"
Mhm.
still one of my favorite debut songs.
Oh yeah, it's
That
great.
song was just so happy.
I remember. Do you
and
remember
filled with it.
the Morse code came out?
Yeah,
And like having to like.
Oh yeah, we had to figure out
what it was. We were like
we're all
Morse code.
googling the Morse code. No, for sure.
But
I actually
hated
I
that.
seen TXT in concert, and it had been years after I'd been listening to him, and I was like, man, I knew all these songs. I was cat and dog. Let me tell you, Blue Hour with the dance break.
I still think cat and dog is the reason why we woof at people now.
I want to be your dog. Oof, oof, oof.
I don't know why else it started. That's the only time
I don't know.
The only thing where people would have started in K-pop.
Someone said, "Why are you booing me,
Yeah.
man? We're barking at you. We ain't booing
we are
you."
barking, man. I think underrated, which they're not underrated, but I think maybe some people that might just primarily listen to male groups might not know LE SSERAFIM. I love LE SSERAFIM.
I like LE SSERAFIM. Yep. There's a new group that I keep seeing on Meow.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a new one. I think Eric had interviewed two of the members on this recently on Dive Studios. I hadn't watched it, but I've seen it advertised, and I've seen them a lot. There's a new idol. He's got his own agency now. It's Baekhyun. He did a sing off on Hello 82 with Jungho from ATEEZ.
Oh.
And they couldn't see each other, but it's a new duet thing.
Oh.
And so Jungho asked him, are you? Because he thought he knew it was Baekhyun's voice. But he said, no, I just debuted in March, and because he's a solo artist right now. Yeah. So I said, so now his new album's bussin'. It's good. I don't know. I don't really.
It is good. We were listening to it a second ago.
I'm gonna have to look at my playlist right now, see if I have anybody. Oh yeah, Cat's Eye, gnarly.
I was gonna say that. I was like,
everything's gnarly.
I'm sure everybody's heard it from like TikTok.
Talkies on the shit. I'm looking at my. I don't think I've XG.
Oh yeah.
I love XG. I had tickets for them. My breakup happened at that time, so I wasn't able to really go.
Yeah.
But I love XG. I think they're fantastic. I'm trying to look if I've really gotten into anybody lately.
I saw Wavy go by. Wavy's good.
I like Wavy, yeah.
I don't think they're underrated, but they're like.
You know what? I do think Wavy's a little underrated because I feel like I don't think they have some really good songs on their albums, and I've got a lot of their songs. Eclipse from that show, Lovely Runner. I love that song, and it's just only that guy singing. I can't remember his name. Is it Islet? Islet?
I honestly don't know.
I like their songs. This time I want you.
Yes. Or aespa. aespa's good.
I have a weird thing with aespa. I don't know if I like them or not. Not that I don't like them. I just don't listen to them a lot.
Yeah.
Now they do have some good tracks though. They got some good. I bring on the drum, na.
Yeah.
I like that song.
Them
girls in the back.
BB.
I love that BB. Yes, girls. I like some BB. I was liking Kiss of Life. I know they're kind of in trouble right now, so I'm just kind of waiting that one out.
I hadn't heard about the trouble, and I hadn't heard the music, so I'll look that up later.
I'll have to tell you later off camera.
Yep.
Okay. I love Nayeon's stuff from Twice. Nayeon.
I didn't know she had any.
She has a ton of solo songs that are really good. I love her solo songs.
Anything new?
Nothing newer. I'm just kind of going through my playlist and looking at songs or groups that are. I know they're underrated. I kind of do you know who my guilty pleasure artist is? One of them.
Who? Jay
Park. Y'all, I know you might hate Jay, but I have saved. Someone gave me some bras because I got some big ones, and actually I lost weight, so they didn't fit me as well. But they were nice ones. They were from Adore Me, And I told them I'm saving these bras to when I go see Jay Park.
There you go.
And I'm going to throw them on stage. It's something I have to do, guys. Don't hate me. He makes some bangers. And I just have something for bad boys. You know, they're like kind of like bad boys.
And I think that's people might hate him, but I think it's that way on purpose.
I know. I think so
sometimes
too.
You've got to stir up a little.
You got to stir the pot a little bit.
Yeah.
That's what I like, stirring the pot. I can't really think. I mean, I know there's some. I like
a lot. Yeah.
One group that I think has always been underrated is Ace.
Yeah.
Me and my ex recently had saw them in Nashville. I forgot to see them in Nashville. But they've kind of they're not disbanded, but they're doing their separate things right now. They've left the company they were in, Beat Interactive. They've left them, but they're still going to, I think, get back together and do some group work together, but now they're doing separate things. But I've always thought their songs and their music has always been pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I love...
No, I like their stuff too.
I got down with some of that. I always thought they were kind of underrated.
What type of down we talking about, Megan?
Do what?
So what type of down we talking about?
They do have a song called Down.
Not what I meant, but okay.
I will go down for you, because I am so down for you. That's an Eric song. That's an older Eric song. I know, I'm sitting here looking through my playlist. I really don't have anybody like new.
Yeah, I don't either.
I just don't, not like I don't like them. This is my, at one point I had Young Posse. The macaroni cheese. Macaroni. That's been a while though. It's been like a year ago, I think. Yeah. I watch a lot of K-dramas. I have a lot of OSTs on my playlist too. Like right now I'm looking at the one Keep Me Busy by Punch. I just played it accidentally. I'm trying to look at oh my god, this is the hotel one. I can't remember the name of it now. I watch it every night before I go to bed too.
I have someone called Moon Moon.
I don't know if I know that one.
Song is Be Hanging. It's like happy.
Be happy. I feel like I know that.
It came up randomly when I was listening to like a K-pop list, but I don't even know who they are.
I forgot DPRN.
Would you say underrated for DPRN?
He's underrated, but we just gotta mention him though.
Yeah, that's fair. Yep.
Listen, I have a thing.
Can't forget the king
for Australian accents.
Yes.
And then you throw Mr. Ian in there.
Yes.
Daddy material. Daddy. I showed somebody a picture of Felix yesterday or the day before, and he was in, I don't know, one of his fashion outfits. His hair is a little bit longer, blonde and white. Someone one time had said I liked women because of K-pop. It doesn't matter either way, but like I like guys. I like guys, but I was like, I just like pretty men sometimes. He looks fire, and I know he's a man. Okay, so leave me alone.
Or just men that like care about their appearance and take care.
Yeah, I think that's really what it is. I like somebody who takes care of themselves and does care about their appearance. I'm not saying you have to be perfect all the time because nobody is perfect at all. That's one thing I always told myself while I was on my healing journey, that no one's perfect and no one's going to have the perfect this, the perfect that. You know, everybody's different and it's supposed to be like that. I don't want to be like everybody else. I don't want to look like everybody else. I just want to be me.
Right.
I just want to be me. I think it's a G Idol song. But yeah. Well,
this episode's been longer
than I know, this has been a long episode.
I hope you guys have enjoyed listening to it.
Okay, y'all. We really enjoyed you hanging out with us today. This was a little bit longer, but I felt like we had a more girl talk kind of convo, a little hangout time. You know, I just want you guys to know that K-pop isn't just a phase. It's kind of part of who we are.
And we know it's the same for so many of you out there.
Thanks for sticking with us. I'm Megan.
And I'm Sarah.
And this was K2K. See you Bye, guys. See you next episode. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment below.
Follow, share.
We love y'all. Send us questions. And what do you want to know?
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about?
Comment. We'll read them.
We'll read them.
Yeah.
Sarah will read them. Tell me. I'm just kidding. We'll both read them. Love you guys. Bye. Bye, losers.